So first thing first, let me just show um, my, some of the files I work. So this is my home, right? How do I know it's my home? Use present working directory. This is my home, right? Home chat. Home from root, home, chat. That's my home right now. So I'm starting with the demo. Like I'm going to create the entire directory structure, what I created, like what I showed in my concept video. So I'm going to say make dir big tech. I'm going to use lowercase, okay. And then courses, and then the system, right? And, no such file or directory. All right. So it's giving me some trouble. Okay. So we'll say make the command line. All right. So this is so now it's going to create like with this minus p option. If there is no existing directory, it's going to create. I'm saying go ahead and go and create a directory. Okay? So if you now see this command, I have a vectech directory. So now I'm going to see. So what path it is? The relative path. Because relative from my current directory going to my directory. We say ls. So you can see there is a course directory created. Okay. So let's see in a long format. You can see that course is created, and right now it is giving permission. It says the first letter is D, and then you can see I am the owner of that, and this is my group also. My name group is Shaq, and I am Shaq. So it has all the privileges. But for other users, just use read and execute, right? This is file permission. I'm just going ahead here, but don't worry about that. I'll explain on the file permission. Okay. So here I create a course. So now this name looks like a wrong name. So I change this name. Say move courses, right? Now if I say else courses, see move is used for rename resources in this case. Okay, I created courses. Now from courses, let me go to CD courses. And currently I am in courses. And I need to create two directories like siblings right here, like two children for courses. So one is system and another one is programming. Let's go ahead and create. Everything is lowercase. In my example, I just gave uppercase. It doesn't matter. But in Unix, it matters. In Windows, it doesn't matter. In Unix, uppercase or lowercase, they're different. It's case sensitive. Okay. So I'm creating, okay. So I already created system, right? So now it's say, okay, I have system, so I cannot create. So in the first command itself, I created all the way. So the only thing I need to create here, programming. So now I created two children for courses. Okay. So see my present work. It's the same path I used in my home, chat, tech courses. Inside courses, I have programming and a system. Okay. So let's go and ahead and create system folders. The first folder I'm going to create is app. Second folder I'm going to create content. So now I have two children. Okay. So now let me go to CTA 120. Right. In this case, I'm going to create a text file. So the easy way to create unit, go ahead and say touch. The file name is file. So if you go here, look at that file. It says file 2.txt and it has 0 bytes, the size of the file. What it means is just create the file label. It didn't add anything. Now let's create some content for that. So I'm ready. So, okay. Uh, this is Linux, Linux demo. Um, CTA, the file, get some gibberish. Okay. And then I'm just going to send it to file, right? File2.txt. All right. So I created that. Let's go ahead and inspect the file, like list the directory again. You see that? Shows like 36 bytes here. Here is some content there. How do I see my content? Right? Like, so there is a cat command file 2.c. Okay? So that shows my um, file, like content of my file. I can also look into my file using VA, right? If I say VA, so the VA again shows this is my demo file, right? I have some special settings in my VA. That's why it's giving a number, and then this is my current line it shares. Okay, so I'm going to come out of this view. Okay, all right. So I created file using Echo. So how do I create a file using VA? Let's wait for a few more minutes. So um, I need to create few more directories. I just created only the system side, right? I need to create programming side. So I have 4 children under programming. So I can say make there C++, and then I'm going to use Python, right? And then I have Java, and also I have a data directory. Okay? So I have 4 directories. So if you go here, present working directory, so you can see it's following similar file system structure what I created in my um, part one concept video. Okay, you can follow along with my uh, handout. So that will be handy. Okay? So in C++, we're going to create a new file. Okay? So new file, for example, let me create absolute path. Okay? So let me use it. Oh, tech, I have courses, programming, C++, and then I'm going to create file one. So let's have a CC. Okay. So, all right. So I'm saying insert. This is my uh, this is my C++ file. It's pretty good. File stream dot h and blah blah blah. I'm not going to write the entire file. So this is but basically I'm just saving it. This is one way of creating file, right? Apart from your code. So if you go and see, this is again absolute path. Let's go and see. C, L. There you go. I created a new C++ file. That's file one. Okay. So let me create two more files in data. Okay. So CD. Now I need to go to data. How can I go to data? So data is also siblings, right? C++ and data are siblings. So if I want to use relative path, I go to path dot dot, and now I'm programming. If I go data, um, right, you see the relative path. I go to the parent programming, and then from parent programming, I move to data. All right. So here I want to create a couple of more files. So I'm going to say my picture. Okay. Again, there is no real picture. I'm just going to leave it for demo. I'm going to say, so I have two files here. See, my picture is JPEG, so it is just fine, but both of them are like. So I told you, um, like basically, what's the recent change I made or something like that. So if I say ls minus lrt, it'll show in the descending order, right? This is the most recent file, 20, like 823, I created this. So that's the most recent file, that's what it's showing. So I always want to see the tail of my list. What's the most recent change? That's why I'm doing LSR. Sometimes it's very useful when I'm looking at a log file. What if I have two, three logs are running? What's the most recent log getting changed, like modified or something? Failing that log file. This is one way to get it. So to get a help, right? Okay. So in Windows we say help and command. Here you can see gazillion number of options here. All right. So just type ls hyphen help. It will show like ls is the command, and then all the things in square is all options. Okay, it's optional. So basically, you have tons and tons of options here. I use few things only. I know it's like I know it's the fundamental structure in the okay. They are the like so um, thousands of options here, but generally we use long format, and then uh, let me describe. Let me also show hidden. See that when I show ask to show hidden, right? The dot is a directory. It represents my current directory. This is again for inodes. Okay, so um, and then dot dot it represents the parent. and they are hidden files. So that's why it's not showing. When I just say ls minus l, it's not, I'm not able to see that. But when I say ls al, a is an option for hidden, right? Show me the hidden file. So these are the two hidden. So again, if you go and see ls l, so you can see like, so for example, so minus L use the long formatting. Your dereference is it's a symbolic link. So that's there are a lot of things I don't want to go each and everything of that. So it says do not ignore, right? Show me all the hidden files also. That's why that's the option we okay. And the RT, right, the reason it's in the reverse. What I said. Show me in the reverse, um, like modification. That's what I use for my LSRT, right? The newest first sort by modification time in the reverse order, right? So this is one of the key things I use all the time for my work. So that's right. And also you can go recursive to show size, and then you can sort based on the file size, time, word, and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. So we discussed about how to create directory, and we also I also just showed how to create files using VA. So let's do the change directory. So before that, you can say man, put your man. So it says um, man. I don't know what you want. This is again, it's a manual created by so many Linux developers, right? And they have written selfless people written the documentation. Just go and show different options, how to use. But the interesting thing is this is again, it is using a VI. Okay, so if I like press tab or any key, it shows. So you can see press Q for quit, right? So it's like in Q also I use it. Kind of same VA function. All right. So let's work on the CD. So if I say CD dot dot, so let's show you. So right now I am in data folder. So if I say dot dot, see, it went to programming. Immediate parent is programming. That's why it's programming. Okay. Suppose if I say CD root, right? Just go to root. Okay. See, my present working directory is root. So clear? Now, if I just say CD, then I'm coming back to my home. Okay. You can see that. See, I just jumped into my home directory, right? For example, you can also come back to your home like, for example, I'm saying we big tech courses. I'm right now here, for example. So if you say my present working directory, it's courses. Right? And if I just want to um, go back to my home, I can also say like this. This is cleaner way. See, it comes the tilde, that tilde. Right now I'm represent my see my home. Voila, I'm back to my head. So suppose I want to go to C++ directory. I really don't want relative path here. Best way for I want to go home, and so when I say tab completion, two W files here, right? So to differentiate that, when I say A and then tab complete, with that, because now wait text is WA is different than Whisper. It's complete, autocomplete, right? Courses. And courses has directories. So I go to programming and I go to C++, right? See, this is, I'm changing directory using an absolute path. Okay? Now I want to go to CTA 120, which is in systems directory, right? So how do I go there? So I'm going to use relative path. So cd dot dot will take me to the programming. Okay. Now from programming, it will go to courses. Okay. All right. Courses, the parent directory on my, okay, now I system. All right, is there, right? System. And then I need to go to CTA 120. See that? This is the relative path with reference to my current directory C++. Okay, is that clear? Make sure you understand how the relative path and path work. If you have any questions, still you are not able to follow after watching this, of course, you can reach one of the instructors like me and Tag, or people like Monica, or other people. They are excellent tutors like Rowley. They will help you in understanding this concept even better. Okay. So, and if I miss any other programming instructor, I'm sorry, I can't. All the people. All right. So that finishes. We looked into change directory, looked deeper into LS list. Let's work on copy. Okay? Suppose I want to copy my picture.jpg, right? JPG, right? The JPEG file to CTA 120. Luckily, I'm right now in CTA 120, but I'm going to use a really tough way. Like I'm going to use an absolute path here. Okay. So the command is copy. So the JPG file is there in. Uh, there is no need for you to use absolute path. I'm just demoing here. Okay? Most of the time, relative path makes more sense to you. So it's easier. But sometimes when you're writing a scripting, it's always better to use absolute path. Um, there is no right or wrong, but if it change, if the directory structure changes, then none of that will work. So, but be careful in scripting, right? More sophisticated, but that's beyond the scope of this course. Okay. But absolute path for the given moment, like it's a snapshot, it's never going to change. So, but it's a long way to go. So let's go. I'm going to give the source where my resource is there. So home and then uh, my home and then courses, right? Courses. It's in data programming, then data, right? File. I want to copy. So if I say dot here, my destination, that will work too because right now I am in C 120. My current directory dot, that'll work fine. I don't need to really. But since I'm demoing here, absolutely. Okay. Home, tag, tick, That's the place I want to copy that. Okay, copy it. Wow, it's a roundabout way. Command. This is my source. This is my destination. Right. So if you see here, um, oh, okay, I created my picture, right? The most recent file. I copied it. Suppose, so let me delete this file, whatever I copied. I deleted this. So for deleting, you can always now remove. Um, so I told you, right? I can use absolute path and delete. I'm going to demo the same copy. In this time, instead of all those things, right? The destination, the absolute path, I'm just going to use the relative path dot. I don't need to use dot. Dot means explicitly, but here for the understanding purpose, I need dot. Okay. So when you do dot, yes, it's copied into my current directory. Okay. You go and see that. It is there. Okay. So um, that's why I said like whichever is easier for you, you follow that. Sometimes you're not very sure about related path, then use absolute path, but there is no real reason for you to use absolute path. Okay. All right. So let's copy the directory. Okay. So I'm going to copy directory data directory. So I'm going to, in this case, mixture of absolute path and relative. Okay, let me not confuse. So let me give absolute path here. Boom, we take, go Jack, take courses, programming, and data. Okay. Since copying this directory, that's it. Another option. I want to copy this, take directory. So, so I'm going to share this data some other. Okay? That's the idea. So share courses, rate take. Okay, now it's copied. So let's go. So I'm going to go my home. Okay, and then I'm going to say rate take. Voila, data is copied. You can see that, right? Data is copied. So we go see data. It copied all the content because I'm saying recursively go and then drill down and copy all things. This is how you copy the directory. Is that clear now? So if I want to remove directory, so I can say remove directory. Right, remove. Can't stay inside the directory and remove. If I say remove data, okay, it will not allow. See, it says cannot remove because data is the directory. So you can say remove recursively, okay, remove the content. But again, if you say recursively, it lasts every time. Is that okay to, okay, now it's removed. Sometimes this is the new file. Sometimes it lasts. Are you sure you want to delete this? To just force that, you can say, yep, right. So let me give you. So this will force. So ignore non-existent files, never prompt, right? Otherwise, it'll prompt before every. Okay, sometimes it's annoying, but force is sometimes very tricky. Okay, if you don't know what you're doing, it will remove it. Okay, so careful about that. Okay, I also demoed how to remove it. So I remove file and I already renamed file, right? So let me move some content. Okay. So I want to move content programming for system courses and then in CTA, I forget my own things, right? CTA, capital C me, yeah, that's this C is different. So in Linux, it's case sensitive. Okay, and then I go, yeah, my picture to my NAS 110. Only move to 10. Now it's a dot dot code system. Then, oh, so right now I'm in the wake tech, so it's not. So wake tech means again I have to go to code, right? So now I go the system 110. Now we have my picture. If you go and check in CTA 120, it will not be there. Let's check that from here. So now I want to go to my parent, go to CTA, and then show me, right? It doesn't have my picture. Now it's moved to NAS. Okay. So I also explained you how to move. So, so other things are like I showed you like history. Um, history will show me. See, this are all the commands like virtual machine. So basically, there'll be thousands of commands here. Right? Like so, I used it. So if I want to see my commands, up arrows will do, then low arrows will be moving like this, right? Um, and if it's really okay. Um, that's pretty much it. But let's see the file permission. Okay, L minus L. So you can see, like I said, there are like 9 bits here, right? This first bit it says empty means if it is directory, it will show D. Okay. In this case, it will be like read, write, and then this is not an execute file, so it just says that's why it's empty. It's not set. Okay. So it's 110 in the case. So it'll be like 6. Okay. And then um, read, write, no execute it in the group. And then my other user can only, okay? Suppose I want to change my other user can also write. Now I have to modify. Let's hit the chmod. Okay, it's a very um, straightforward thing, right? So sometimes you can recursively do the things and all the options, but you need to know your bit settings, okay? So there are like each mode of them, WX, and then there are plus and minus, and then there are like why it's 0 to 7 because it's only 3 bits. So the maximum value for that, like the range of values, you can represent with 3 bits is 2 power 3, so only 8 values you can represent. Those are all the information I gave in my number system video. I'll try to put a link so that you can watch that. It's a very important presentation that will give you good basics for your data representation in bits. All right, so now I want to, um, again, I'm going to see, like, I want to give write permission to my other users. Could be RW. How do I do that? Say CH. I'm going to say 6, 6, then 6 for here. Okay. All right. I modified it. Let's see whether it is really modified the write permission. Voila, it is changed. You see that? Um, now my write bit is also set. Why it is set? So because I said 6 means 6 is 1, 1, 0. That means 1 plus 1 is set. This 1 is also right, is also set. Suppose I want to change it to read again. So it should be 1, that means it is 4. I say 4 again. Back to the norm. See that? Right permission. Okay? A little tricky. If you have any questions, going a little far, like this is a video, this is all I can demo. But if you have any issues or anything you want to, you're not able to follow, please let me know. I will try to help you. Okay? So with that, I'll end this demo. I'll add another demo how to write a simple script. Thank you so much, guys.